It's the last Wise Kracks of the year, and we have a whopping show. I got a lot to talk about. There's a lot of football to talk about, but before we get to any of that, Bill Krackenberger.
Hey, how we doing?
Our very own Mr. George Carmona did his
yes.
homework.
Yes, that was really good, George. A lot of people wouldn't.
I threatened him last week because he's never seen good. I can't even say it without laughing. He's never seen Goodfellas up until recently. And what's the other one you watched?
I watched Wall Street last night as well.
It's in my top 10 of all time, Wall Street.
Let's start with Wall Street. Tell me your thoughts on Wall Street.
Okay. Here, I'm going to pull up my notes here from my Instagram story last night. I went and I walked. Okay, so Wall Street. Here we go. I'm going to click pause on this right here. All right, so Wall Street, I gave it a 7 out of 10. I'm being generous because I felt it was too much Wall Street jargon. It's crazy how much better movies are produced now compared to 1987 as far as like overall production, like lighting and shit like that. I don't know. I was being a nerd about it. This is what this movie felt like to me. I'll buy this movie at a 3. I'll move it to a 9, then I'll short it at 11.
That's funny.
See how that makes no sense? That's what this movie felt like. A young Charlie Sheen, dope. Wolf of Wall Street's amazing. But I mean,
Wall Street. I think Wall Street's better than
Wall Street's better.
Okay, and then
you got to get into the cultish thing of Wall Street. It's a cult movie.
Right.
Watch it a few times over.
Sinatra
music.
Does George realize that Blue Horseshoe loves Anacott Steel? Does he realize that today?
Yeah,
wait,
check it out.
Blue Horseshoe, right?
Yeah.
Loves
Anacott Steel.
Anacott Steel.
No, what's a Blue Star?
No, he didn't say Anacott Steel. And do you know the town Anacott was from?
No, I do not.
Pennsylvania.
Erie, Pennsylvania, home of Bill Krackenberger.
Yeah.
Well,
it's home of Don Elbaum, my buddy Don.
There you
had him on the show. I think we had him on the show. Yes, we had to have like the boxing guy years ago.
Oh yeah.
And he's 92 years old and he got jumped walking out of the store. Remember? And I was really mad about that.
Disgusting.
Yeah. But anyway, it's a cult classic. You got to watch it over and over again.
I know, no doubt. I was a little lost, but I liked the storyline. The reason why I'm going to be honest, it got a 7 just because the lighting. Like there was some times where it was, Gordon Gekko was like standing there on the phone call, and then the lights would go out in the room.
That's purposely done,
right?
I know it's purposely.
They go in, out like sell it, and the light goes out. I know the scene you're talking about.
Okay.
By the way, both are Oliver Stone, are they not? Wolf of Wall Street and
no, Wolf of Wall Street's
that's not Oliver Stone.
No. That was Scorsese.
Oh, Scorsese, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
All right, but you did give a 9.5, which is nice. You gave a 9.5 to
I think
Snoopy Christmas. That's really excellent.
Snoopy Christmas. Nice. I was like, no, I gave Goodfellas an 8.5.
Yeah, let's talk about Goodfellas because this I can understand. Sort of the 7 out of 10 Wall Street, not really. No. It's Wall Street's at least an 8.
Wall Street's one of my top 10 of all time.
It's an 8.5 at minimum.
Yeah.
I give it a 9.
Yeah, me too. At least a 9.
It's a 9.
A little bit higher.
Okay. Goodfellas. What it went wrong that you're giving Goodfellas an 8.5, or is 8.5 good to you?
It sounds like it's good.
That's a solid B.
I used to have a movie podcast.
A B.
I rated podcasts or movies for a podcast for about a year.
So you're giving
I'm cultured.
Obviously,
in
you
this
were
sense.
fired.
I did discontinue it. I did realize I was uncultured.
You're giving Goodfellas a B plus.
Yeah, no, it's
a
close.
B plus.
It's close. Here, all right.
Like, can you name a better mob movie?
10. I give that a 10.
I give it an 11.
My top 3 movies of all time.
How do you give Goodfellas a B plus?
So here's the thing. I haven't watched as many mob movies as you guys have. So for me, it could be way better. Like later on down the road, I see all these other mob movies.
You'll pick up things after you watch it more and more, too. If you watch it multiple times, you'll pick up little scenes. You'll start quoting that to your family.
Karen! Karen!
Right.
Do I amuse you?
Still
Am
going
I
out,
a
Karen.
clown? Am I funny to you, guy?
I mean, that's
so good.
you've never seen that scene?
No, I've heard people quote it a lot.
And you wonder what it was.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so
Joe Pesci's a good bad guy.
Chocolate
All right,
Factory.
you want my notes?
Yeah, I want to see the
Here's
notes.
my notes. Okay, so Goodfellas, an 8.5 out of 10. Me being Cuban, Italians and Cubans are the same. just minus living in America for a long time. They're irrational and aggressive, yet loving and wholesome.
Okay.
They killed Chrissy from The Sopranos. That was bullshit. Spider. Yeah, I know. But to me, I was like, oh my God, it's Chrissy.
Right.
And then, bam. That was
based on you
crazy.
Calling Chrissy aggravates me. But anyway.
Oh my goodness.
But that's before Sopranos, though.
Correct. Yeah. So I can definitely see why Sopranos picked all the people that they picked. It was perfect.
Go back to the notes.
So young De Niro.
Look, what I love about it is the shirt off.
Yeah,
the shirt off.
Oh, I didn't see
notes.
that. That's a shirt off?
With just the bling around.
You're a hairy bastard.
Yep, so I am. Okay. So here's the thing. Moral of the story. If you rat at the right time, you can live in Nebraska. Like, that was what I got from. I was like,
that was your takeaway?
The mob is awesome. Take. You know, it's a give and take situation. But then right when you're about to get hit big time, you fucking rat everyone out. Witness protection program, and you're done. And I did feel like killing somebody at the end of that movie.
Wow.
Like my testosterone was fucking going.
Okay.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
Wow. It reminded you of like the 1980 Mariel boat lift. You know about that, right?
I do not. Mariel boat
Wait,
lift?
I don't think I do.
It's the movie with Al Pacino, Scarface. Remember the boat lift? All the Cubans came
Oh,
over?
the boat lift. Yeah.
The Cuban crime wave. I figured you'd know that right away.
Oh,
Wait, have
no.
you seen Scarface?
Of course I've seen Scarface.
Oh,
Of course.
of course.
See, Poppy.
So we'll give that on a 1 to 10. What's Scarface?
An 11?
Yeah, I love Scarface.
I mean,
I love Scarface.
Like
though.
Yeah.
That was a movie I seen in the movie theater many times.
Right.
And yeah.
Okay.
So the beginning was that when Castro opened up his jails and let all the people come to the United States. So that's why I was just
couple things that stick out with Goodfellas. Obviously, if I watch it, I will be saying Karen for the next few days. I can't help but say Karen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't do it, Karen.
Right.
I can't do it.
And then what about the scene at he comes home at 4 a.m. She's waiting up for him, and she greets him at the door, and she immediately Pesci's in the driveway, and she immediately starts
at the mother's house.
At the mother's house, she starts lighting him up. Where the fuck have you been?
Actually, the mother lit him up.
Oh, the mother.
She was quiet.
Right.
It was the mother.
Where have you been? Coming home like that, blah, blah, blah. And he just gives that look, and he just turns around.
A married man does not do this type of thing. A married man does not. She goes, Mom! And he goes out, and then Joe is in the car, says, what are you? She's right. What are you doing, Henry? What the fuck kind of people are they? And then the music comes on.
Right?
Yeah.
One of the best scenes. Okay, and then what about when they come home, when Pesci comes home, they both come home back to his house, and it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, and the mom just immediately starts cooking. She just starts cooking, making
Joe
pasta.
Pesci's mom.
Right, Pesci's mom.
I can't do nothing. He's home. You're there.
Come on, eat. It's like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Come on and put some pasta.
And Pesci takes De Niro takes the ketchup bottle. That's the way he gets the ketchup out, right? Yeah. And then they said, I got to borrow this knife, Mom. Ooh. Yeah.
All right, I'm very proud of you. Very proud of you.
Good job.
Did your homework.
I'm not done.
Okay, so what's next?
I feel like I'm Pope of Greenwich Village is next.
Okay.
A Bronx Tale.
Bronx Tale.
You don't like Pope of Greenwich Village. It seems like people. I've turned it on to people.
He's not going to like that.
Yeah, you probably won't.
I almost want him to skip that.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
I'd rather you watch Reservoir Dogs.
Oh, Reservoir Dogs, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's it.
The things we
like. I'm not mad at him for. I was mad at him for not seeing Goodfellas. I'm not mad about Pope of Greenwich Village.
It's scary to me. Is that, what's the word? You look back at your life and you're getting older, and people are not seeing things like someone like himself. And what happens 100 years from now? Does everyone not know who Frank Sinatra is? Yes. You don't know who that is. Frank Sinatra is like the current Rudolph Valentino. People says Rudolph Valentino. I really don't know that. Like one of the greatest actors in the 20s, and you just wonder.
Well, they'll reduce Sinatra to it's that guy that does that New York song.
Right. That's it. Yeah. They'll consider him. Yeah. They'll talk about like a 19th century. How he relates something now, and then all they worry about is who's the idiot girl that everyone's showing now in the thing.
Beyonce.
No,
different idiot girl.
No,
Taylor Swift.
Oh, there you go.
Everyone knows Taylor Swift though. Yeah, like honestly, you see Travis take his helmet and slam it on the sideline this week. I mean, he was furious. He's probably furious at her. He probably is. He just doesn't want her there. It's too much pressure on the kid.
Right.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
It's definitely a distraction.
It's definitely a distraction.
Teammates definitely give him a bunch of shit.
Yeah, they have to.
The other team definitely starts chirping when they line up, right?
Yeah.
Line
singing and chirping.
right across from him.
Right.
I don't know any of her songs, so
Me neither.
he's probably singing a note from her songs,
Right.
Or saying, "Travis, what's her name? Taylor. Travis, how's Taylor?"
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, she's infamous for like having the best diss tracks when she breaks up with people. So like, it's probably like, can you imagine the shit she's gonna come up with, calling you a fucking.
And it's only a matter of
Ooh, I
time.
was about to drop the F word.
I cursed. I
No, the other F word he almost
politically
used.
That's the Goodfellas coming out of me. Don't be a half of.
Yeah. Speaking of which, though, we still had one more movie thing. We still got to get them to do Rounders.
Oh yes, yeah. No, I'm saving that for like a.
Did we forget?
I'm gonna live stream it while I watch it, and then I want.
Yeah.
John, you'll watch my reaction.
I almost want you to come watch Rounders at the
it's
house.
Yeah. John's got it on revolving every TV. Just keeps on going.
I have it.
All right, guys, let's get
I
on.
own it.
I don't really have too much like as usual. This is
Wait, there's a lot. What do you mean?
unscripted.
Hold on. It was upset city. The Raiders upset the Chiefs.
Yeah.
The Patriots.
Bookmakers cleaned up, by the way.
The Ravens.
Yeah, not the Patriots. It was the Ravens. That was the big number for a sports book in town. One of the directors told me a $3.5 million decision.
The Niners were minus 900.
He couldn't get anyone to bet the Ravens, no matter what. Everyone put San Fran in their money lines on parlays and stuff, and that made them win $3.5 million just on that one game.
Wow.
Which is a big decision for one game, standalone game. But earlier in the day, you had the Raiders beat. By the way, they beat them. Their defense played unbelievable.
Their defense was unbelievable. I mean, they had some assistance. I mean, Mahomes.
Well, that's why. That's because of the defense.
Yeah.
They're unbelievable. They beat Kansas City.
The pressure he was under.
And then you had the Eagles almost lose.
Yeah.
You know, the Eagles, they were a big favorite. The line went from 11 to 14. So the Eagles almost lost their game. So you had all underdogs, nothing but underdogs that day.
Yeah.
The sports books absolutely cleaned up, and there'll be no collection bucket out there for them anytime soon. Now, we can go on to this weekend and what you have going on with your Dallas Cowboys because
man,
yeah, they
it's over.
22-20. It's over? You've actually said it?
I just don't.
So
what is wrong with this team?
Oh, good. Yeah, no, I'm glad you're saying it.
I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Well, they have a standalone game on Saturday this week, so you get to see Dallas Saturday. They're a 6-point favorite versus Detroit, which I thought was a little high, but
super high.
I didn't bet it because I don't do many sides. I don't really know.
Detroit looks good.
They look good and bad. They look.
I agree.
Good
they look good and bad,
but
they move the ball down the field.
This is the highest point total of the year too. It's on 54, which is really high for an NFL game, especially this season. So that's going on.
Do you like that or
lots of if anything, I'm not betting over.
Okay.
But just looking at the schedule across the schedule, there are so many. If you Google playoff situations, it's so many situations where teams. Do you believe the Raiders are still alive? The Raiders are still alive.
Not only the Raiders alive. Did you watch any of the game?
Yeah, I watched the whole game. I watched the entire game.
Did you watch it, George?
I did.
I'm a believer in chemistry. The Raiders have it. Yeah, the Raiders are a happy team right now, man.
Well,
did you see the
maybe coaching wise?
Max Crosby went live on Instagram.
Yes.
Did you see them in the locker room? Man, they're having fun. They're smoking cigar. I mean, that's a big win, so of course, but like
he's great.
It was Christmas Day,
he's great.
Or whatever. But they look good.
Their coach, like you said, Bill, their coach is a part of the culture, and so like he lets them be them.
Former player,
yeah.
So it's a whole different scenario in the locker. It's not a Bill Belichick.
Will he be the
room.
coach moving forward?
He's the intern
I think
coach.
that win.
I hope they make him the coach.
That win right there, I think, solidifies.
I
it.
agree.
Yeah, if you get like cooked in Kansas City, then we're like, all right, we're moving on.
He went into Kansas City and they just took over. They took control of that game.
Biggest dog of the weekend.
Yeah,
was the Raiders?
They had to be.
No, the Niner, the Ravens. No,
no, the Patriots.
Patriots were plus.
Wait, hold it, guys. You mean what are you saying? You're saying
I meant like biggest underdog of the weekend. Line? Yeah, money line or point spread. I think the Patriots and Broncos was pretty close too. Because who goes into Mile High on Christmas Eve and gets a win over a pretty good Broncos team?
Pretty good Broncos team that now Russell Wilson's officially benched. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah.
Why did he get benched?
He will not be starting.
I didn't even see that.
He's not starting the next 2 games.
Yeah, so you're right. Patriots Broncos. That was a big game. Knocked out 6 people out of the survivor pool out of the 10 here in Vegas for $9.3 million.
And let's talk about that. You see Sean Perry, the guy that's in. So what are your thoughts on that?
I don't know the guy.
Player.
I don't know him.
Do you follow this, George?
I did not.
So Sean Perry's a famous poker player.
He's kind of an asshole, though.
So they asked him to chop the remaining people. It would have been $400K
nothing to do with
each.
the chop. They would have chopped. They were going to do some.
He was like, "Hell no, I'm going to win. I have an advantage."
That's okay.
I'm all cool with that.
I got no problem with that.
Yeah.
But just the way he carried himself, and he put videos up of him with, like a Vegas Dave, like with millions of dollars and things like, it just it's not my kind of person.
Is he still alive? Do we know?
No, he got knocked out.
Oh, he got knocked out.
Yeah, he had Denver. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he had Denver Broncos. He's gone. Great to see him go too. Yeah.
Oh, that was in the Eliminator or the Survivor?
The Survivor, yeah. I mean, now there's 4 people. Each entry's worth about almost $2.5 million each. So 4 people left. They're probably going to do some kind of a chop.
Does the casino help facilitate that or no?
Yeah, not only help facilitate it. Derek Stevens down at Circa actually gave credit lines to anyone else that was in the pool so they can hedge their bets. So,
really?
Yeah, it didn't even matter what your credit was. You want to do it? They're going to sign some kind of contract where you're going to pay us back just to hedge your bets with us. We'll give you a credit line because there's so much money on the line. So here's
he doesn't want to get hurt.
Yeah,
they don't want to get hurt.
Well, no. Derek cannot get hurt no matter what.
He doesn't get hurt no matter what.
No, it's the pool's money that was generated from the $1,000 entries, $9.3 million. So what it was? So now he said, well, yeah, we're going to give you a credit line. You got $500,000 with us.
That's
but
crazy.
You have to pay us back. Here's the tickets. We're going to hold the tickets. Whatever you're going. It's a great thing for him. First of all, they win by having the $1,000 all locked up, $9.3 million for interest-bearing account for the last 4 months.
Right.
And then they win by now gambling more.
Right.
But Derek's got a lot of gamble to him, so he gambles himself. And it's an interesting situation. It really is. It's amazing that its own week was Monday, December 25th, was its own week also. You had 3 games, the Raiders and Chiefs, and no one had the Chiefs out of the 4 people. So that was kind of interesting. All 4 guys had the Eagles, so all 4 went on. I'm going to sneeze, guys. We're going to cut this out for a second. No, I'm not. Okay.
Look up at the light and you'll sneeze.
Is that the way it works?
Yeah, look up at that light. I guarantee you'll sneeze.
No, I didn't do it.
Damn, it usually works. No, what the hell?
Look up at the light.
I
felt like I was on Poltergeist.
What are you, an alien? Wait, normally you look up at the light. Yeah.
Go to the light.
Like if you have to sneeze, you look up at the sun, you sneeze. No?
Yeah, okay. But let me just tell you something, guys. I was trying to think who played the Eagles. It was the Giants.
Yeah.
That was the biggest upset of the day. They didn't lose. I mean, they didn't win. The Eagles did win, but the Giants gave them every bit of. They lost by 8. The Giants covered. That's how the books made all their money that day. Was those big 3 dogs, and of course the Ravens destroying the 49ers. Purdy had like 4 interceptions, and that took him out of MVP. He was like the favorite to win the MVP, and of course now he's like 10-1 from like minus 200. So. But to go back to that Survivor pool, last thoughts. Great thing by Derek Stevens, our buddy over there, what he did. And, I'm thinking if you want, we do that. I think it's the Friday before Super Bowl. He's having that Radio Row there. We should probably talk to their marketing and media guy if you want to.
Sure.
Since we have that nice background and everything we have, the guys enjoyed going over there. Well, that's really it for the Survivor pool. This week we're going down to there's only 2 more weeks. I'm sure some kind of a deal is going to be made where they guarantee themselves $1.5 million each and play for the rest, or guarantee $2 million each. Why not guarantee $2 million each? Play for the extra $1.4 million.
I love that. I think that's the way to go.
Yeah. So that guy Perry wouldn't split, and he got what he deserved because of his attitude, not because of he wouldn't split, in my opinion.
Too arrogant for your life.
Yeah, listen, that's not me. Even like when it's just not me. Let me tell you something. So I have this little bag that I carry everywhere, and John gave me a bag too, a little bit bigger, which is a nice gun-toting bag.
It is.
Should I be saying that on there?
No, yeah, you should.
Yeah. But my wife thought she was being nice. She bought me a Louis Vuitton.
She did get it.
Bag.
Where is it? Why didn't you bring it in?
Because it's getting taken back to the store.
Wait. We talked about this on the show.
Let me tell you something. Here's what I did. I thought about this. Here's what I did. All I did was get that clip from a movie I'm sure he didn't see. American Gangster, you see that?
Negative.
Oh, my God. Time out. Don't forget what you're going to say. Add that to the list right now. Don't even bother coming back into this building until you see that movie.
Where do you get these guys?
I don't even know. I'm so disappointed. I thought he was... I've always said he's like man-child. He's 25 now. What are you, 25?
That's
25.
25.
Denzel Washington. I figured that would be one of your guys.
He's got the wisdom of a 40-year-old. He was a teacher. Really? He's beyond his years, and then he wrecks it.
I need street cred from you guys. So, like, I'm doing this, like, this is a serious mission that I'm on.
Okay.
Like,
American Gangster.
No
Man.
If I was trying to get pussy, I'd watch Disney movies. I'm trying to get in with the people that have money. I'm watching gangster shit.
Yes.
Here on out.
Okay. What were you going to say?
American Gangster. I just turned and showed her the clip because she was like, no, I want you to have a nice bag. And, I'm very frugal on myself. We talked about this last week. I turn the computer to her.
Right.
When he's throwing the chinchilla coat in the fireplace.
Yeah.
And I showed her that. She's street smart. She picked up right away. She goes, oh, my God. I never thought of that. She goes, yeah, take it back. I was like, I don't wear, because now I'm wearing a Louis Vuitton bag going around. People say, oh, how nice and fancy. You must have money. No, that's not do I wear gold jewelry, fancy watches? Or, like, I have a 3.5-year-old Kia. I don't wear fancy things. Now I can go out and get all that stuff. I can go out and I could be like, I can have a car like yours. But, I choose not to. And, but I choose not to. I choose to, be pretty humble. And I'm not wearing fancy bags, Louis Vuitton bags. And now that I seen it, it was a nice leather bag. But for like $3,500, no. But the more important thing was what it represented, and it represents someone having some money or showing off. And both things I don't want to do. I don't want to represent that. I'm not walking around. It's easier, So I showed her that scene, and I showed her the scene when he goes to the fight. He gets photographed and gets put on like the New York Post, and the cop says, "Oh, you got a nice fur hat, fur thing.
Yeah.
It's going to be $25,000 a month for whatever he wanted to charge him and shake him down for."
Right.
And next thing he came in, just threw it in the fireplace, and was like, "See, this is why you can't be fancy. You got to be street."
And when she saw that, she was like, "Oh, I get
right
it."
away, without even me explaining it to her.
Right.
She's like, "Oh my God, you're right." She goes, "You're right. You can take it back." Yeah. So and I'm going to give her the money back because I don't want the money either. I just want to give her the money back. It's just not me. I understand why girls have stuff like that, and I understand it's a nice thing, and she's not materialistic either. She has like one bag I bought her one time, a bag and a purse. So that's one thing. Let me here. Ready for this now?
Yeah.
Have you been? Oh, wait a minute. Have you been? You called me you FaceTime me with your dad.
Yes.
From a casino. So you FaceTime me with your dad. The great Tony Orlando from the Durango.
Yeah.
Right? Where'd you eat?
We
that
were
night?
at Nico's.
Oh, it's Mexican?
No, steak.
Oh, it's steak
and fish.
Okay.
Man.
Good?
So good.
Really?
Yes.
You used your comp?
No, we didn't.
You didn't use
I didn't have a comp. No.
Oh, okay.
But they were great. They took great care of us. The assistant GM came up table. She was really nice.
Really?
My dad. Then she brought the GM up to the table. They were real nice to him. And
how old were they? They knew who your dad was?
She looked young, although she said she had a 25-year-old, which didn't make any sense to me because she didn't even look 40. So I don't understand the math on that.
Okay.
And then
I just didn't know if they knew your dad. That's all.
He was probably maybe 40 or so.
But he knew your dad was?
But they knew. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it was great. Food was great. They have yams, cinnamon yams.
Oh, I like cinnamon yams.
Oh my God! And the steak was great.
Wow, I like a good steak.
Yeah, Nico's was very good. I'll be back.
And now that your dad's here,
I'll let you take me there.
We're gonna go. Yeah, sure, no problem. So that you got to pay for that car. So anyway, did you notice how busy it was? Christmas Eve, Christmas Day,
Packed.
I've been out for 3 days, 3 nights in a row. And I could not believe my eyes what was going on the strip. I went to the South Point, could not get in.
Really?
Literally, the surface parking was all taken. The garage was all taken. I mean, it was the busiest I've ever seen it. Busier than New Year's Eve.
Wow.
People just, they have Christmas for the kids, and people come in town with their families. At nighttime, they go to the casinos.
Yeah.
And you couldn't move at the Wynn. I went and parked at the Fontainebleau. I wanted to go to see it and couldn't get out. I Ubered from the Fontainebleau.
I heard the garage is a nightmare.
The garage is
an
a nightmare.
hour and 20 minutes.
They told me 90 minutes. That's it. Whoever told you that was right. The security guard that was there said it's 90 minutes to get out of the garage.
Why?
I wouldn't have parked.
Why? What is
One,
the problem?
Everyone wants to see the Fontainebleau. They were all in town. New people wanted to see that one. Two, the garage may have to get redone. There's a turn that they had 2 security guards letting 20 cars go this way, 20 cars go. They couldn't get by each other on that turn. So it's maybe a defect in the garage.
Wow.
That has to be done over 90 minutes. So I just took a Uber to the next casino.
Is it free parking?
It is.
So it's not even it's taking time to process transactions.
It was
leaving.
free.
Oh my God,
It was
that's
free.
a fail.
Free parking.
And the arm, meaning the arm is up. This isn't a
3 arms. They're all
Oh man.
Yeah, 3 arms are all up. So I left my car there and came back about 3-4 hours later around midnight that was Christmas night.
Were you furious?
A little bit, but I was like, wow, it's no big deal. I was going to go to the Win anyway. So I went next door to the Win and just took an Uber, like literally next door, which I couldn't believe. Uber. I haven't been in Uber in a long time.
Yeah.
Uber prices have doubled.
Was it $15 just to go next door? 20?
$21 on Uber, and I gave the guy $5. $26 just to go next door. I should have just walked.
You tip him in cash or you tip him on the app?
I always give cash because I don't trust the app.
I know you don't.
Yeah.
I
don't trust that. I even told the guy. Yeah, I said, here's cash. I said, and what did he say? Oh, good. I don't have to pay tax on it. That's exactly what he said.
Oh.
At least he's smart.
Yeah.
He's doing what he's I guess you get cash. What are you going to do? You have to declare your cash. You're supposed to. So I got overpaid $100 at the casino cage, and this is not the first time. For some reason, I always have. I got to tell you, I can't believe how many times I've been shorted. They give you $5,000 little straps, or even a 10, but this is $5,000. They're in 5s there for some reason, and they're separated with a paper clip of 2,500, and I've been shorted at least twice over the last 10 years for those straps. So I always make sure they count them. But it happened the other way around the other day. So I actually went to go pay a marker, and I counted out the money. I had it separated already, $5,000 and a $5,000 chip, which was to pay. And I go to pay the marker, and there was a sports book chip, so automatically I have to call the sports book, which is fine. Pay the $5 back, and the lady says, "Oh, it was $51. Here's $100 back." And I said, "Wow, I'm pretty good at counting. Because when I count money, I fold it in half and count one at a time. I don't count it out. It's just an easier way. I've never really made a mistake like that, doing it the way I do it." So she's like, "Okay, I'll run it through again." The machine was wrong.
Really?
She ran it through the machine. It said 51, and she just handed me back $100 and was strapping the money up and put it in her drawer. I said, "Do me a favor, count that again." And she was like, "Oh, okay." She took it, put it through the machine again. She goes, "I can't believe it." She goes, "You're right. There was 5 there." She goes, "You're right. There's only 4,900 here." She's like, I don't know what I'm doing here. She's like, "I can't believe this machine said 5,100 when there was only 5,000.
Right.
She gave me 49. She ran it through her twice. She's like, "I'm sorry. Here's $100 back." And I was just thinking to myself, you know what happens, right? The next person gets shorted. She doesn't even get in trouble because the next person they're handing out the $5,000 strap to, they don't count them.
Right.
They're getting shorted.
Right.
Like I was shorted twice. But different casinos. That doesn't matter. This happened to be the Win.
So always double check.
Always. Caesars shorted me twice. Yeah, 4,900 both times. It's amazing that happens. Check those straps. So anyway, but they're responsible for their draw too. So you don't want to get no one in trouble. We talked about this on the show already.
Right.
We don't want to get anyone in trouble. Yeah. So that's something that happened. The $100. Let me tell you. Speaking of $100, years ago when the Hard Rock was the Hard Rock before it was Virgin, I found $100 on the floor, $100 bill, and the podium was by the cage. The security podium was right by the cage. I said, "Let me take the $100." I give it to the guy. I said, "Buddy, I found $100 here," and and I gave him the $100, and he was like mad about it. And now
he's got to do something.
Yeah,
with
he's
it.
got to fill out paperwork.
He's like, "Why didn't you just keep it like every other?"
It's illegal
degenerate
because
would.
it's illegal to keep it.
What?
Yes, you can. If you find a ticket voucher for a TITO, ticket in, ticket out in the machine.
Yeah.
At a machine, let's say someone leaves money in a machine by accident. The biggest example is you just got paid a jackpot. You're all happy. You get hand paid your jackpot, and you leave the $30 in the machine. If you walk by and see the $30 and press the button and cash it out and keep it, you're getting thrown out of the casino. Yeah, and you may get photographed, even send your picture around. Yeah. So it's illegal to take someone else's money in the casino. The $100 bill, even. I mean, it sounds stupid, and probably nothing would happen. But I gave back the $100, and no one claimed the $100, and I didn't get it. Like, the person that turns in is supposed to get it after 30 days. I mean,
so who gets it?
The casino. They took it out. They stole it on me. Yeah.
A few months ago, I was at the Orleans to play a poker tournament. So I go to the cash machine. When I walk up to the cash machine, there's no one there, no line. I walk up to the cash machine, and I put my card in.
Of course you did.
And I look down, and there's $300. $300, like that someone, meaning the last guy forgot to take the money.
Wow. He put the thing in and forgot to take the money.
So I take the money, I do my transaction, and then I'm waiting off to the side. I'm like, someone's going to come back, right? He's going to come back.
Sure.
I'm sitting there for like literally 15 minutes.
That's nice of you to do that.
15 minutes, nobody comes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck, what do I do? So I register for the tournament, and I was like, I didn't want to trust the guard. I don't want to give it to the guard.
Of course, you're going to get the paperwork on it.
So I'm like, I don't know, what do I do? So I'm sitting, I kept looking back over at the machine, and then I saw this one guy go over there.
No way.
So I get up during the tournament, I get up, and I go, what are you looking for? And he goes, I lost my money. And I said, how much? He's like, 300. And I was like, I got your money.
Isn't that good?
Yeah.
You think God would have paid you back and didn't knock you out of the tournament?
Knocked out quick.
Yeah, of course. No kidding. No, but I mean, that's a good story. We're rarities, by the way.
Yeah.
By giving money back. I'm not
that's
trying
a lot
to
of
say
money.
I'm no bargain everywhere. I'm just saying, everyone has a number. 12 million. You could just put me in jail.
Right.
Yeah. But that's funny how you go to an ATM machine. You're only getting $300. The purpose of going there is to get money. So you go there. How can you forget the money? That's like guys that like go and rob the bank. And you rob the bank. You go to the door. You put the bags of money down to open the door and go outside and leave the bags of money on the inside. How can you?
Yeah.
How can you bag droppers? How do you do that? And you're paying a fee because John Orlando has swore not to pay. This
I
fee.
said this was a few months ago, though.
I know you're not doing it no more, right?
I might have paid the fee a couple times.
You did?
Yeah.
How do we do that? How do I don't know. I guess I just try to get the best of it so many ways.
Right.
I'm never looking to give up money anywhere, including ATM fees. I'm just not looking to do that. And some of the places charge you like $10.
No, I know. It's
$5,
criminal.
$10. It's criminal.
I have to stop.
It's criminal. It really is.
You just brought up something where you said found a bag of money. I'm going to bring up another movie.
Okay.
George.
Yes.
No Country for Old Men.
Ooh, great movie.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah.
Order has been restored. I'm proud of you, George.
What's that big dude's name?
I'm proud of you.
I actually don't know, but I've seen the movie a couple times.
In the movie, what's his name?
Yeah. No.
Heads or Tails? Right? Is that the guy? That's the movie, right?
Bardem, Javier Bardem.
Yeah, dude.
So good.
Javier Bardem is married to someone that's a smoke show. Who's he married to?
I don't know.
Oh, my God. Hold on.
I don't know.
Married.
He's great. Love that movie.
We're going to pull it up right now.
I can't give out no information.
I love it when
Penelope Cruz, who's in the Ferrari movie that I just saw.
Oh, really? Yeah.
No. Wait.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But she was in a movie called Blow.
Yeah, with Johnny Depp.
I love Johnny Depp.
Have you seen Blow?
George?
Nope.
It's just comical.
Is it about drugs?
It's comical.
Is it about cocaine?
Yes, it's a true story.
Oh, okay.
True story.
What is going on?
And the guy's character is named George.
Really? I'm starting to realize George is a lost name in like our generation.
George is a lost name.
Very popular back in the day.
Yeah.
So
very popular in the day.
I'm the last of
George
the, last
Jung,
of the
right?
George.
George Clooney.
Yep.
Some big Georges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Past.
Hey,
Curious George was a very famous.
I'm sure you've seen that.
Fuck you.
Yeah, that was good, John. Friend of the show and friend of mine for 20 years more. Holt McCallany.
Oh, I saw the movie.
Yeah, I told you he's going to be up for an Oscar.
100%. Listen to me. He's not going to be up for it. He's going to win it.
Wow.
I'm telling you now.
Wow.
I'll tell you who else is going to win.
Who?
I don't know if he'll win. They won't give it to him. Maybe
Zac
they
Efron?
give it to him. Zac Efron.
Yeah.
He's great in it.
I didn't see the movie.
This is going to change the trajectory of Zach's career. Wow. He's going to start getting some.
He's already.
I love Zac Efron.
Top star.
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I didn't used to be a fan until I met him. I met him at Dodger Stadium. He's the nicest guy ever.
Did you go to that movie knowing that Holt was in it?
Yeah, because of you. I went because of you.
Oh, okay.
We talked about it on the thing.
Oh, we did, but I have ADD. You can see how much I pay attention.
Yeah.
So you knew Holt was in it. And,
loved it.
And even though you know who he is now, and he's a fan of the show. You know, he was actually on our show.
Yeah,
that's what I should say.
He's great,
and he's on Twitter. Follow him because he'll follow you back.
Yeah, I follow him.
He always comments on my stuff.
Yeah,
he's
great in the movie.
That's what I want to know.
It will be robbery if he doesn't win.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny when I seen him last month in November. He doesn't usually he's very kind of humble. He doesn't really talk like that. He said, I'm going to be up for an Oscar, I think.
If he's not, it's wrong.
He's like, I really think I'm going to be up for an Oscar.
He has to be.
Yeah.
Same thing with Zach.
Wow. Well, if we want him back on, we'll get him on. Yeah.
Yeah, we should have him back on.
Maybe when it's announced.
When they announce it. Yeah, let's do it.
What else do I have in my notes here? I have a
Let me ask you this.
Yeah,
at mybookie.ag.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't laugh. I'm just curious. I'm just asking.
Okay.
Raiders to win the Super Bowl.
Holy
no, that's got to be giant. No, that'll be giant.
Listen to me.
KC has to lose. There's so many things
I always talk about the Cinderella story, the new coach, the team's gelling. They got confidence.
Let's see.
Isn't it worth $100?
No.
Come on. How can you say that?
I did like them what they were doing, but George, see if you could find that there.
I can find an AFC championship game.
They're not even on the board?
Well, I'm struggling to find currently the odds.
No, it's got to be up.
Yeah, it'll be up somewhere. I'll find it. But them to win
600 to 1. Yeah, it's 600 to 1.
They're 260 to 1 to win the AFC.
Yeah. So that there's 600.
Wait, plus 260 or
plus
2600?
Yeah,
2600.
Really?
Oh shit, John! Just like the look on your face.
No, it's actually 26,000, right? That's the way it works.
Yeah.
26,000 would be 260. It's 60,000, which is 600 to 1 to win
Super Bowl.
To be the Super Bowl champs. Yeah.
Bro.
John, their quarterback threw for 62 yards. Here's the fun fact. The Raiders didn't complete a pass in the second half.
Okay.
And still beat the Chiefs.
So what does that tell you?
Defense wins championships.
Defense wins championships.
Fuck, how have I not thought of this?
Come on.
John's correct. Defense wins championships, George. Come on.
Yeah.
Any given Sunday.
Not quarterbacks.
Don't you see where's? Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Where's the Super Bowl this year? Take your time. I'll wait.
Oh,
right here.
Boy.
Don't you see what's happening
Wouldn't
right
that be
before?
unbelievable?
Let me ask you this. Who's in the front office this year for the Raiders?
I have no idea.
The new addition.
I don't know.
Tom Brady?
Oh, I didn't even know.
Right? Isn't he
I didn't even know that.
Fractional owner now?
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was attached when Josh McDaniels was the coach. He's like,
Right,
yeah, I'll
okay.
help you out. And then he got fired, and then he's probably like, I don't know.
Huh.
Probably bounce.
I don't think so.
I think him and Mark Davis are close. So, like, as soon as Mark Davis gives him a little ring,
Yeah.
come on over.
Mark Davis brought all that new
You don't
regime
think
in.
it's worth just
No.
shits and giggles?
I do
$20?
like AFC. Just do the
Yeah,
do the AFC
Yeah,
one.
you could do it, but there's situations like Kansas City has to lose outright. There's situations that have to happen are ridiculous. The Rams might be a better bet. The Rams.
Oh, I like that one.
Well, the Rams are playing. They're playing good. Their quarterback's playing really good, and I seen the Rams at like 40 to 1 just to win the conference. So they have to be even bigger to win the Super Bowl. Futures.
George is thinking about Raiders.
Rams are 75.
George is considering this. I can see.
I mean, I am like slightly because just
it is the parallels. I mean,
there's a lot of teams that I don't trust.
You just don't
Bengals,
trust
Steelers, Texans, Colts.
They all have no shot.
Right? So, like, can the Raiders get in? The first
they have to get in.
Step one, get in.
Yeah.
Step two, wreak havoc.
You could bet them to make the playoffs is like plus 7 to 1. Let's see, to make the playoffs.
I got them to make the playoffs at 10 to 1 when they fired.
You got them
Josh
10 to 1?
Yeah, when they fired Josh McDaniels, I was like, I like this.
They're plus 12 to 1 now. Raiders to just to get in the playoffs is plus 12 to 1. I'm looking at
Is that worth it?
A peanut maybe if you want to do it. It'd be a miracle though. It really will. I mean, there's some teams on here. Let me see what is. Oh no, Tampa's a big figure. Tampa's they're going to get there.
What happened to any given Sunday? Remember that old thing?
The Rams are a favorite now. Wow, I wanted to see the Rams. They were underdog plus 2 to 1 last week. To get in the playoffs, so they have a chance too. Yeah. My last thing here, I want to talk about my friend Paul, who you've met. He used to own the Jolly Trolley Casino here in town. He told me a story the other day, and Paul's going to be 83.
He also owned a bunch of restaurants.
He owned Mastro's in Beverly Hills.
I didn't want to say. I didn't know if we were saying or not.
And he owned the libraries in New Jersey. He owned so many different restaurants. Charlie Goodnight. There were so many things he owned. Charlie Brown's. He owned so many good restaurants. But anyway, Paul told me a story about Tony Spilotro. And you never heard of him, of course. I know. Well, you really, that one you're not supposed to know, probably. He was you've seen Casino, though, George?
Yes.
So the little guy in Casino, that Joe Pesci character, he was in real life. The guy's name was Tony Spilotro.
Okay.
He was a gangster in this town, 70s, early 80s, and so in real life though, Tony Spilotro had a jewelry store. It was called the Gold Rush, just like it was in that movie. It was right next to where Paul owned the Jolly Trolley, where the world's largest gift shop is now. It used to be a casino called Jolly Trolley. Next shopping center over there, where Golden Steer is, that's where the jewelry store was. I think I'm getting that right. That's where the jewelry store was, Spilotro. So Spilotro was always in the Jolly Trolley because they had a good hamburger joint, they had a good restaurant, and his right-hand man, Blitzstein. I forget. I don't know his last name right now, but anyway, his right-hand man was his guy that was one of his killers there. Blitzstein was his name. But they always came over for lunch in Paul's place. Paul told a story once, though. They were out. Tony, he was friends with Tony. Tony sent a lot of the buses into there, so they had a deal where he gave him a piece of the business. And he told a story which at dinner was great. He said, Spilotro bet with two different bookies in town. He bet $50,000 on an NFL game, and Spilotro was not going to lose. He said, I watched him do this. One guy he bet the Eagles with, one guy he bet Dallas with. Dallas won. He collects the $50,000 from him. The guy that he's supposed to pay the Eagles with, he says, what do you mean? I had Dallas. He said, no, you bet the Eagles with me. He goes, I had that. He goes, call the bookmaker. I only bet it with you and another guy in town. He calls the other guy. He goes, who did I have? Dallas. He goes, give me my $50,000. So he actually not only didn't pay his $55,000, he took his right in front of Paul. Paul's like, I can't believe the move he pulled. He instead of paying $55,000, he got another $50,000. So he made $100,000 on the game. It was a one-time shot. He goes, what are you talking about? Call Arnie over here. Arnie, who did I have? He goes, I just paid you. You had Dallas. He goes, yeah, Joey over here is telling me I had the Eagles. And of course, he paid, and that's just a good shot. And, there's a line from Casino when he goes into that was actually going into the old Leroy's downtown. They filmed it when Joe Pesci goes in with Frank Vincent, and the guy is there, and he says, what do you mean? I thought I was laying it. I'm taking it. You're taking it? That's why you had the money ready. That could be misconstrued, but it wasn't exactly what Paul... This was even a better move. I love those old-time stories, and Paul has them, and he has tons of them. He's got a story where, like, Spilotro, went out on the golf course, and there was a big, giant Calcutta, and Spilotro went to find who was the best team. 19 under. Okay, we're 20 under. My team's 20 under, and they won the Calcutta of all this. They won the golf tournament. They never even swung a club. Like, this is stuff that went on here in town. This guy ruled the town, man. Anyway, I'd love to have Paul come in.
Can we do it?
And talk. He never would talk about this stuff. He says, Billy, I can't talk. I can't. I said, Paul, everyone's dead. What do you mean? And now Paul's very sick. Paul's very sick, and he has cancer, but he's a fighter, man. He has stage 4 cancer, and he's like, listen, I'm not going to no one. I'm going out, doing what I do every day, dresses up in a different suit, different sports car every day.
He always looks good.
Every day.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm going out for my last year and a half. And he looks great. He's worried about losing his hair. 82. Imagine he's going to be 83 next month. He's worried about losing his hair, and he's still got a full set of hair. I mean, after 8 chemo treatments.
Wow.
And I love his stories, and his stories about his dad back in New Jersey. And I could say this stuff now. Paul's not going nowhere. Paul's been in, they closed the casino, and he went away to college, they say, right? He went away to college for a couple of years, and he was always didn't want no one to know that kind of stuff. Now he's putting it out. He doesn't care. He just didn't want to get no one else in trouble. We
got to have him on.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have him. Just from some of his stories, for like Gyp DeCarlo. Did you see the Four Seasons movie that Clint Eastwood directed? The Four Seasons. It was fantastic.
No.
Oh, it was so good. It was so good. Christopher Walken plays Gyp DeCarlo in the movie, and Gyp DeCarlo was like Paul's. That was his godfather. That was his guy, And Chip always ate over at the house. Chip was, a big mob guy back then. Paul will tell a story about Spiro Agnew, which I'll save for him, the Vice President of the United States underneath Nixon. And I'll save that pardon for him to talk about that, how things work. But anyway, yeah, that's something that we could talk about down the line there too.
Gotta have him.
Yeah. You know what Zoom is, right, George? I know you know that.
Yeah, FaceTime.
But all right, listen, we'll see you guys next week.